Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays FTL. So we've been making some incremental progress. I'm gonna roll with the Kestrel this time. It's been a while since we've used it. We've been messing around with some interesting ships. I'm not sure, we might have used it in the last episode. But in any case, we're gonna go with the standard naming protocol. We got pilots, we got shields, and stick? Really, your name is stick? Well, now you're gonna be weapons, which is a cooler name and no less stupid. And you know what? The Kestrel is a fine name by me. So let us send weapons over here to weapons. We'll send Emily over here to shields. I don't know why I called her shields if I'm just going to continue calling her Emily. But in any case, let us make our first jump here to this distress beacon. So the Kestrel is a more conventional style of play than what we've been used to perhaps with the Zoltan cruiser. We're going to power up our weapons here. They have ion weapon and a beam and an energy shield. That sucks. I don't need to tell you that this is a pretty rough first encounter here. We should be able to get out of it okay. But, you know, a lot of that is contingent. And, of course, their ion weapon does 2 ion damage as well. This is contingent on taking down their energy shields as soon as possible. Alright, their energy shields are down. We need to drop one on their weapons quick so we get their Artemis in there. Our medbay's been disabled. Kind of a strange choice for them, but, you know, I'm not going to complain about that. We're going to take their shields more or less offline. Their beam weapon is just tearing me apart here. We need to open up our doors. And we could use another Artemis, but I don't think that's necessary. Instead, we'll just save missiles, use burst lasers. They're going to try to get away. That's cute. Our engines are totally screwed. However, doesn't really matter. We should go for shields next, just in case. Oh, now that engines are back, or fire's out there, we should fix the engines. Is this guy gonna... He is gonna get hurt here, so we should actually send Emily in, or shields in after him to help fix the engines. And we can send these guys to the medbay if necessary. But they're doing okay right now. I think the oxygen's coming back, which is awesome for us. We will upgrade to the second level of doors, which is what we always do right off the bat. And we might as well send both of these dudes to the medbay so that they can get healed just a little bit before our next encounter. You never know, maybe we'll get boarded or something, because we already had, like, the most dickish... The only thing that could have made that worse is if we had, like, an asteroid field or a solar flare system or something like that. But in any case, so far so good. Let's just keep going. Next thing we're going to want is our second bar of shields, as always. We will attack the pirates. They have a beam weapon and a laser. Potentially incredibly damaging, however. Oh, I told you they were going to board us. I knew it, I knew it. So we're going to basically just try to suffocate them here. If our piloting systems go down, you know what? That doesn't really bother me. It's a Rockman. Do Rockman, they need oxygen, right? I'm not crazy here. So come on, Artemis, you can do it. Excellent. We'll now drop laser on their shields. Awesome. So they're screwed. Sorry about this one, Rockman. You're going to find yourself in a bad situation pretty quick. Yo, congrats, in all honesty, on what you're doing here. I appreciate you trying to destroy my ship. They beamed him back aboard. We'll get our pilot back in here. They're going to try to get away probably pretty soon. So we're going to go for their engines. I've already taken out their oxygen. That's a good start. With engines offline, they want to surrender. Sorry, piracy cannot be forgiven. You wouldn't download a spaceship. If I could download a spaceship, I would. I gotta wait for my 3D printer to get in here. Ordered it on Amazon this weekend. It was only $134,000. So we get more scrap. We get a little bit less fuel. But hey, we got the station that we've protected here, and they gave us 2 missiles, a drone part, and 8 scrap as well. So it's not too bad. I mean, we're still in the first sector here, so the scrap rewards are pretty small. We're going to demand the surrender of the goods. And anytime I can get into combat early game, I find it is for the best. So we're going to focus all efforts on, first, their weapons, because they do have a missile launcher here that is going to be a pain in the ass. Well, it missed, thankfully. But their drone did manage to start a fire in our medbay. Kind of surprising, but let us attack engines here. Totally missed. Awesome. So let's drop a missile here on the shields. Okay, and now we'll go for engines. I realize we could go for drone control as well, but I really need to make sure... Are you serious that we missed that much? I need to make sure that we're not letting them get away here. So I'm going to drop a missile on their piloting systems. Their piloting systems are now totally out. Excellent. So their hull is going to go down. 12 scrap. Nothing else. That was probably not worth the plethora of missiles that we threw at it. But we're at the point where we could probably get our shield upgrade maybe on the next combat. So we're going to investigate. It's the horse aliens. Try to communicate peacefully. Hey, gives us a free NG. I can get down with that. We're going to close all our doors. I don't know why I had those left open. But if nothing else, we're going to free medbay upgrade here. Well, it's not a free medbay upgrade, but a free medbay fix, and then this guy will... Ekman, I like that. You're going to call him Jens Lekman from now on, and he can go into our engine room. We will jump to this beacon and get ready to continue here, basically. Could use some more missiles. The missile system's not been great so far. We're going to explore the asteroid fields. That hurts. I realize there are better... Like, sometimes you want to only do that if you have, like, a beam weapon or an ion weapon or energy shields or something like that. But so far, it's okay. We're going to never surrender our crew to slavers. I think that much should be pretty goddamn obvious by now. And we're going to avoid using our missiles right off the bat. Instead, we are going to try to take down their energy shields with our lasers themselves. Do they have a missile launcher? No, they have double lasers. You know what? We are going to use a missile. And it missed. Awesome. The reason I wanted to use it is because, like, well, I realize it's not a great sacrifice because we're going to at least take down some of their energy shields here. Now we're going to save the missile. We'll wait until their energy shields are totally down. Hopefully we won't take too much more damage. Drop one on their weapons. Whenever I say drop one on their weapons, I feel like I'm making a euphemism for, like, we're going to take a dump on their weapons. Again, we're going to burst laser their weapons here. Kind of sounds like I'm going to take a pee on their weapons, doesn't it? And, oh my god, they must have, like, a very skilled NG repairman in there. Just bringing their lasers back online incredibly quickly before I can even really get a recharge. But if they're only firing one beam at a time, that's fine. They're going to die just from hull damage here anyway. In all likelihood. Assuming, yes, I don't miss like 10 shots in a row there. So we get 20 scrap, 2 fuel, and a missile as well. Let's upgrade our shields. Sadly, we don't quite have enough to really get the second bar. We need to get at least one more in our reactor, and then we'll power down medbay, get our second bar of shields up. We're going to fight the rebel fleet here, and they're going to try to escape. Again, we've already fought basically the exact carbon copy of this ship a little bit earlier. So we're going to drop weapon on missiles, and then burst laser probably on drone control. Just to keep them... Alright, we've disabled their drone, that's fine. Next we might drop missile on shields. I realize I'm going through a lot of missiles here in the early sectors. And then we're going to drop burst laser on engines. Alright, probably should have gone for weapons on that one because they are going to get one more missile off. But there's always the chance that it'll miss. Or that our burst laser will just... they did manage to get it off, sadly. Oh well. Engine fire, not a huge deal. 17 scrap there. Let's just abandon this so that the engine will go 100% down, but the fire will go out as well, so not a big problem. We do have the second level of doors, so they are much better at containing fires than the other ones, which are just absolutely garbage. Anyway, we'll close these up. Close. Thank you. Okay. Now, can he survive in here? No, he's getting hurt quite quickly. But he's also an NG, so we should be able to get at least one bar of these engines back soon. And there's our second bar, so let us all go. Actually, this guy's weapons is alright. We'll get our bar of reactor, and there we go. We got second bar of shields, doors as well. Now, I would love to get... Oh, we have medbay powered down. That was stupid. I would love to get a second weapon, or a third weapon, I guess, technically. Like, sell Artemis, buy an ion weapon or something like that. I think that would be half decent. Because I'm running a little bit low on the missile side of things here. See, well, we got nothing there. Doing well for fuel, though. That's fine. It's been this sector's been reasonably kind to us, although we are quite hurt. Yes, sell drone parts, please. Get another bar of reactor power. Now the medbay can be powered up. And we could go... if we went to stress beacon, could we make it back? Possibly not, which worries me, so let's just make our way to the exit. Don't want to end up wasting too much fuel here. And possibly getting into a fight that I can't win as well. Of course, that is a major concern. We will intervene to defend the outpost. They have laser. They have 2 lasers. One of them is a hull laser. So I'm just going to use my laser. I'm not going to actually use the Artemis. And hopefully the outpost will be like, hey, give us another weapon. I would, you know, greatly appreciate that. Or they would be like, hey, we're giving you another weapon. Not give us another weapon. If they ask me to give them another weapon, I would say, here's a weapon. And then I'd hold up both middle fingers at them. And I'd say, it's actually 2 weapons. Take your pick. And then, you know, there would probably be more combat. But I'd know that I burned them. That's the most important part. So, shields are down. It's just an automated ship, so, I mean, obviously, it is not going to put up too much of a fight now that the shields and weapons are down. Like, as far as I know, it doesn't have a repair drone or anything walking around its ship. So, we'll just take out all of its systems one by one until it's completely crippled. And, you know what I would like? People have been asking me, what kind of DLC would you like to see in FTL? I want to see more scenarios. I think those should be easy enough to write and put in. It doesn't involve like any super fundamental changes in gameplay or anything like that. We just got a little bit of scrap. I would love to see the addition of an automated sprinkler system. I think that'd be really cool. Like to put out fires. And maybe it could be like an augment or something like that. Something that like automatically has fire suppression anyway. Maybe not like puts out the fires immediately, but it helps it out at least. But mostly more scenarios, of course. So we're going to drop missile on weapons here. And then probably burst laser on shields, but we'll see how that goes. If we can fire before their missiles on their laser and beam lands, well, yeah, we managed to get that done quite well. Let's go for the piloting systems now. I've been focusing on piloting a little bit more than usual because I like the idea of making it impossible for our shots to miss. Then we'll go back to, well, it doesn't really matter what we shoot at next. We can, let's go for weapons. Just in case we miss. Well, actually, it doesn't really make any sense. If we hit here, it'll take them out. And they are dead. So we will get 21 scrap, a little bit of fuel, as well as 19 scrap there. That's awesome. So we could look forward to, you know, possibly buying a weapon at some point, buying a crew member. I don't know, upgrading our shields. Do we want to give these guys 4 fuel? I'm going to do it. They give us a fire beam in exchange for that. That might be awesome, actually. We need 2 power to open it up, though. What we could do is, like, put 1 power in like that. Depower Artemis, and then start using fire beam and, we need to depower medbay as well. Let's put 1 more in our reactor. So now we can use fire beam and burst laser. Now we need to get the shields down with burst laser before fire beam will actually be effective, but this could like really wreak havoc on enemy ships. Yes, buy 3 fuel, please. We will jump to, well, we don't really need to jump to the store yet. I might want to sell Artemis, but I don't want to sell it until I'm absolutely sure that the system that we're in right now will actually work. So we are going to go for shields. This is actually a situation, wow, fire beam takes forever to charge. So we're going to fire burst laser at the shields first. It should be able to get those down. We're actually getting a little bit screwed ourselves here. And when we get, oh my god, fire beam has stopped charging because we got hit. That is so shitty. So again, we'll send this guy in here. Burst laser on shields. Charge up fire beam again. With their shields totally down, we probably, oh my god, we might die here actually. Which is comical. At least their ship is dead. So we have that going for us, I guess. But man, they really did a number on us there. Maybe we should go to the store. Oxygen's fixed. Now let's get in here and fix the medbay. And then we'll fix this breach. Really relying on Ekman for that one. Okay, get in here, fix this breach. Didn't even get a chance to use the fire beam, and I'm concerned that we are gonna find ourselves, you know, in dead place pretty soon. Come back to the medbay. Should probably power that shit up if we're trying to heal our teammates with it. That might be useful. Who knows? What do I know? Greatest ship pilot in the world. What's his name? Pilot, of course. His career was predetermined for him before this game even began. So, let us jump to another... Well, I'm not going to jump to the distress beacon, because actually I think this is a smarter course of action. Who are we fighting with here? Nobody. We do have a burst laser. Fires 5 lasers, 1 per shot, but it requires 4 weapon power. What's the charge time on that? Let's take a look at our equipment. Charge time, 19 seconds versus 12 seconds. 5 shots. Let us try using just the Burst Laser Mark III. Is this enough to get us through these early encounters here? We're going to search for the ship. We're going to take the weapon and any spare scrap. We get a Hull Smasher Laser Mark II. Weapons! I mean, we're loaded with them right now. We really should go to the store and repair our hull. That is my mistake. We got a boarding drone. Okay, go to the store. We're going to sell some shit. Because we've had like an incredible last few minutes. So continue. Okay. Boarding drone can go. Hull Laser Mark II requires 3 power. Designed to maximize hull damage because it does 2 times damage on systemless rooms. First off, fix all. Thank you. We could buy another Burst Laser Mark II. We could buy a Halberd Beam. Halberd Beam's a good weapon. Let me think about this for a second. We've got Burst Laser 3. Could sell... At this point, I think we can sell Artemis. And you know what? Why not sell the Fire Beam as well? We'll put our Hull Laser in here. This requires 2 power. And then we're going to buy another Burst Laser Part 2. This might seem incredibly silly, But now if we... Oh, how many... I don't even know how much power we can have in our weapon systems at one time. But in any case, we now have enough power to, like, absolutely destroy anything that we come across. Hopefully. Burst Laser Mark III alone should be enough to do well. But is it better... Let's scrap some of the debris. It's probably better to use 2 Burst Laser Mark 1s. Sorry, 2 Burst Laser Mark 2s instead of a Burst Laser Mark 3. Let me think about that. 12-second charge time to fire 6 shots versus firing 5 shots, I think is better. But it's all good for now. We'll go to our Rebel-controlled sector. You know what? Let's go to Mantis-controlled sector. It's been a little while. Is this a good idea? I don't know. I've got a lot of lasers going on here. Some of them are good. And combined, they would be even better, but I don't even know if I can get enough hull power. Or sorry, get enough power in general to use all of these things at once. But we're going to try anyway. So we're going to fire 6 shots at the enemy weapons here to try to take their missile launcher offline before it does too much damage. Well, we took their weapon offline. We didn't take their missile launcher offline. And our shields are now kind of in a concerning way. So let's kind of starve them of oxygen. The good news is we don't really have to sweat taking damage if we take their weapons out. Like, our shields can be down. That's totally fine. Provided that we can just keep their weapons offline. Yeah, that was easy enough. Oh, we need to keep these doors... Oh, never mind. Okay, civilian ship is going to give us a hull missile. I don't want your charity. Let us come in here and fix the shields room. NG, you can come too. Now, do we want to possibly invest in our weapon systems and maybe trade... Fire 3 lasers, fires 3 lasers, 1 damage each and 2 times damage in systemless rooms. So this hull laser is slightly better, because if we attack systemless rooms, it maximizes hull damage. So I think what we could do is go, like, weapon upgrade, and then power down medbay, and power up hull laser. Although, how long does our hull laser take to charge? 15 seconds. I still kind of like the idea of having the burst laser going at the same time. How about hull missile? Requires 2 power, 2 damage per shot. Shield piercing is good. 2 times damage on systemless rooms. You know, we'll see. I want to invest enough to at least get a second, like, a third weapon up. A third laser would be awesome. For now, again, we'll focus on taking out the enemy weapons as soon as possible. They've beamed aboard the med bay, which is really, you know, in my mind, just an incredibly foolish decision. So let's send all 3 of our dudes to come in here, except for the pilot, and fight them in the med bay. Because otherwise, if it's 1-on-1 in the med bay, or sorry, 1-on-2 in the med bay, they might be screwed. We should also power up our med bay so that it can actually be useful. We missed with almost all of our lasers. That is comical, but also not entirely unexpected. How you doing here, Shields? Shields is still holding strong. They've boarded out, which I think was a smart decision on their part. They are trying to get away. We're going to go 1 on Shields, 1 on Pilot next, because with their piloting systems down, they won't be... Wow, that was fast. Yeah, go after them. Absolutely. Put a quest marker on our map. See if we can take these motherfuckers out. Maybe they'll give us their ship. I really do want a Mantis cruiser, but can't seem to get one. Well, oh, we're boarded already. Okay, so we're just going to send NG in here to the weapons room. These guys can fight their way through all they want. I kind of like, after realizing that the second level of doors basically makes small boarding parties somewhat useless, I kind of enjoy these scenarios where we just get boarded for basically no reason, like... these guys are going to smother themselves to death. Well, I mean, we're going to smother them to death. But it's their own damn fault that they ended up here in the first place. So we're just going to send everybody to the med bay. We can box click them over here. Stay thirsty, my friends. Thirsty for delicious, life-giving oxygen. So we're just going to keep starving them out here. If they want to fight us in the med bay, so be it. I think that's a foolish decision, but what are they going to do? Close all doors. Everyone's dead. Back to the weapons room with you. Everyone get back to work. It's just an average daily boarding, no big deal. You think you're getting a day off for this? You are sorely mistaken. Okay, we're going to fight these guys again. They're in an even bigger ship, which I find unfortunate, and actually this really sucks because we really do not want to lose our weapon systems. We really need those to do damage to their weapon systems, as you might expect. So we're just going to try to do as much damage as possible here. And then, okay, weapons is hurt. And then probably we're going to try to suffocate them. So Ekman, you go out. And then shields is not going to last too long in here, so we're going to open up all these doors right here to try to take out as much oxygen as quickly as possible before they can do too much damage to our weapon systems. We did a little damage to theirs, which is good. And they're apparently going to go back and fight us in the medbay. Again, something that I find a truly silly decision. They're trying to get away. God damn it. Okay, go for engines straight up. You can do this. You're going to need to be a little bit faster this time. But just land a few shots on the engine. Maybe 4 shots out of 6. Ooh, 39 scrap and an ion bomb. Finish them off, please. That is tempting. 39 scrap, ion bomb. Instead, I'll take 28 scrap and a pike beam. How's about that? The pike beam is actually, I think, better, actually. Got so many weapons here. Requires 1 per room. Oh, it does so much damage. Okay, yes, here's what we want to do. We want to, maybe make our way to the exit. First, we'll amass a little bit more scrap. Then we're going to roll 2 lasers as well as a pike beam. We should send our crew back to their rooms, but first let's see where we get boarded here, because we are going to get boarded. They've chosen to come in close to the weapons room, which I think was a poor decision on their part. We're pretty much just going to let them suffocate here. Take their weapons out as soon as possible, and then we're going to get ready to equip our pike beam. 2 lasers plus pike beam is fine for now. And their weapons are more or less offline. That hurts, but suffocate them. They need to die faster. If they take out another bar of our weapons, it's going to be annoying as hell. So let us just basically sacrifice, cut off the nose to spite the face here. We're going to do a lot of oxygen deprivation here. Let's now close all doors and then just open these ones to hurt them. Like that. Actually, we can close these ones. Yes. So they're going to try to get away. They're probably going to teleport off soon. Well, they teleported their human. I guess they don't care about Mr. Rockman. That's gotta hurt. We're going to go shields and maybe pilot at the same time. And with pilot down, they won't be able to get away. Next time we're going to go shields and engine. Ekman, you can get... Yeah, let's fix our weapon system so we can, you know, do a little bit more damage, potentially. 3 fuel, 1 missile, 19 scrap. Sorry. You had your chance. You should have thought of that before you started boarding people. In the middle of the goddamn universe here. There we go. There's another power bar for us. Let's rearrange our weaponry here. We're not using this burst laser that I can probably sell now, actually. Let's put our pike beam up here. We have enough to use that. We have to depower medbay and something else. So we want to get like 1 more in oxygen. Sorry, 1 more in our reactor before we start using this pike beam. We're going to attack the ship. They have a teleporter. Always gives them a false sense of security, doesn't it? Check it out. We teleported on top of your ship. Hey, wait a minute. Why is it so hard to breathe in here? Okay, so these mantises should die quite... Yeah, they're realizing pretty damn quick what the problem here is. Go straight on their weapons. Weapon systems are totally offline. Everyone get to the medbay. We're going to open these doors to cause them, you know, even greater stress here. Now we can close these ones so we don't lose, like, all oxygen in the back half of our ship. And again, we'll just, like, 1, 2 them here because they're probably going to try to get away. We can now close all doors because they're fighting in our medbay. And we've taken their piloting systems offline, so they should not be able to get away at all here. Good news for us, pretty terrible news for them because they're going to die and never see their families again. Aww. Again, should have thought of that before you started trying to, you know, take over ships in the middle of the universe, you damn asshole. I'm capable of being a nice guy in these situations. But if you want me to be a nice guy, don't try to kill me and my crew first. It's a pretty simple equation to master there. These guys, again, what are you thinking? You're gonna take out my engines and then hit me with your baller lasers? It's not gonna happen. You're just gonna suffocate and die in the cold universe alone and wishing that you'd chosen, you know, to be a carpenter or something instead of a total dick. So we're gonna pike beam, but first we're gonna take their shields out, which should allow us to basically take out, you know, any system we could possibly desire. Okay, with their shields totally out, here comes the pike beam. Just rake it like so. Yeah, that was super easy. Way to teleport back to your ship just as it was dying. Again, 1 more in our reactor power here. Close all doors. You should go to the medbay. You should go back to the engine room. And did I already put... I did put 1 in reactor. Okay, we're good. Now, we're only going to Sector 4. I'm feeling reasonably good about how things are going so far. We'll go to this distress beacon before we move on. Could use a little bit more fuel, I'll admit. Yes, we will send our NG crew in to calm down the infected. We get 4 missiles, a drone part, and 13 scrap. 13 scrap, not really that big of a deal. 4 missiles, not really that big of a deal, actually, considering the setup that I'm using right now. Yeah, you know what? Let's sell 15 missiles. Apparently, I am not using them right now. And we will use those to probably upgrade our shields to level 3 is the next thing we're gonna want to look for. We also do want to get another weapon in here at some point, but it has to be a fairly cheap one. Like another Burst Laser Mark II would be awesome. We're gonna have to go through the nebula regardless, so we might as well start now. We have incredibly diminished power here, which is always a bad sign. Oxygen is totally offline. Okay, first things first, oxygen has to come back. We'll depower the medbay to put oxygen in. Where did they invade? Where's the intruders? I can't tell. But we'll assume that we can probably open up all of this without too much trouble, and then we'll go straight for their weapons. Oh, they're here. Okay. That means NG. First off, close all doors. NG gets out of there, and we start suffocating them like this. Alright, so this should work. We should still be able to survive this. I hate nebulas that take your power down. But we are doing a number on their weapons as well. Again, we'll go... If we can take their weapons 100% offline, that's awesome for us. We will now start to flood the weapons room here. We'll send our dudes in. No need to really send them to the medbay. We might as well send them to the shield room for now. Reason being, at least they can help with this repair. Their weapons are totally offline. Let me think about this for a second. Did they leave the ship? No, they're in our medbay right now. And also still suffocating, presumably. So again, we'll go weapons and shields. Managed to do a little bit of damage to both. Where are these guys at now? Gotta open this door. I honestly... Oh, they're in the door room. Ah, I hate that. Okay, close all doors. You know what? We'll deal with them a little bit later. For now, let's just focus on taking out, you know, their friends and family on the ship. That did, like, nothing. Okay, yeah, I get it. You want to... Well, our pilot might actually be able to kill you. We need to get in here and fix the door system as soon as possible. You two can be tasked with doing that. And our last barrage of lasers here should be enough to take out the enemy ship. 8 missiles, 2 drone parts, 21 scrap. I'm not using missiles, buddy. You chose the wrong day to offer me a surrender on the Kestrel. Instead, we'll take 39 scrap, which I consider to be much more useful. Upgrade our shields to the 3rd level. And everything is coming up Millhouse, I would say. If we can get this 3rd bar of shields up. We need, like, a missile defense drone system would be awesome as well. We need to power up our engines here if we're going to have any hope of getting out of this nebula. Gonna heal our pilot quickly while we're here in the medbay. Because he was down to like 70% health. We should actually send shields in there as well. Why not while we're here? Everybody has the chance to get back to, you know, reasonably good health. And we will jump. Oh my god, please tell me we can get out of this nebula. Like we haven't reached a dead end. If so, I'm gonna be a very sad panda. Let's attack the automated ship to get to the station. That doesn't bother me. I didn't expect them to have 2 drones. However, this is okay. Actually, what we should do in this situation is deactivate Pike Beam and go with our 3rd bar of shields, because they do not have a missile launcher. They do have a bomb, which is a pain in the ass. But 3 bars of shields should protect us from both drones, and at least give us a little bit of protection when their laser fires as well. And of course, we miss almost everything there. But we do manage to take out their bomb weapon, which is good. I guess it's an ion bomb. From what I saw of where it landed, or how it landed. Now they have their bomb weapon back, but they don't have the laser back, which is actually probably better for us, unless they can take down our weapons with that ion bomb, which would be real shitty. Now we take down all of their weapons, which is more along the lines of what we were looking for. So now if we can actually do damage to their shields, you know, life would be just swell here, and then we could focus on the drone control unit, and they would be completely defenseless. They're already kind of completely defenseless, but they would be even worse off than they are now. And the Pike Beam would be a great addition, but, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We've got a good kind of situation going on here. We should probably send 1 on the weapons, just to make sure we don't get hit by that bomb, just to end things here. Well, it missed anyway. So no problems. Fairly easy fight. Station gives us nothing useful, but 30 scrap is okay. This is a dead end. We gotta get out of here. The rebel fleet is gonna catch up to us. Maybe we can outrun them. We only have 4 fuel. That's shitty, because we are probably going to run out of fuel and get caught up to by the rebel. Where did this fire come from? Did this happen randomly? Was someone smoking in bed? This is like a real bad situation for us here. Fire, please just be gone. Oh, awesome, thank you. And they say fire never listens. So we're going to be able to outrun the rebel fleet at least briefly here. We're going to demand the surrender of our enemy's goods. I did not realize that they had, you know, 3 bars of shields and a boarding drone unit. We're probably just going to try to get the fuck out of here as soon as possible. This is a bad decision. The faster we can jump, the better. We took out one of their weapons. We really got to take out their shields, though, because we got to try to use Pike Beam. NG, get in here, please. Actually, NG, you come fix this thing. Shields, you get in here. Did we do? We did. We took out 1 bar of shields. Good. NG, you can do it. Get back to the medbay. Okay, now burst lasers again. 1 shields, 1 weapon. Alright, that's good. Did manage to kill the drone, which I found surprising. Okay, you know, that maybe didn't go as well as I expected it to at the start. But at least we're not dead, which is kind of how I was worried about it was going to go after that. So, we'll send shields in here to the shields room. Weapons in here to the weapons room. And Ekman here into the engine room. And we go to a store where we can buy fuel, which is our biggest concern right now by far. So first things first, we will sell hull missile. I don't know how I feel about selling these things. Let us sell the burst laser Mark III, because we're probably never going to get enough energy to use that. I'm just trying to be realistic here. Could get crew teleporter or drone control unit. Usually comes with a defense drone, so I think this would be a smart idea. Comes with a system repair drone. I don't really want that. It could come in handy, I guess. We do have some drone parts. And is there anything else we could want in the store here? Fix our hull just a little bit. And we should upgrade like 1 reactor if we can. And that way we can use Pike Beam and 3 bars of shields just by powering down medbay. We're not going to be able to use our drone control unit, but, you know, we have it if we want it. -2 fuel, drone parts 1. Reject their offer. That is a shitty deal considering my fuel situation right now. Now we are in a very power deficient area here. We do have to get some attacking done. Okay, Pike Beam down, shields up. Everything else is okay. We can make do with 1 bar of shields for now. They only have 1 bar of shields as well, so we should be able to maybe take a little bit of hull damage, but worst case scenario, at least still come out of this ahead. I'm assuming anyway. Thank God we're not in a nebula asteroid field, even if I don't think those exist, but if they did, man, that would be a pain in the ass, right? Now we'll go for shields, and their hull should just get completely destroyed here. I can't believe we're going to make it to the next sector, given my incredibly poor sense of direction at the start of this, and putting us into basically what amounted to a dead end. But anyway, 30 scrap, okay. It's cool. Let's get 1 power into our engines, and then jump the hell out of here. There's another store. We should go to it because we need to buy more fuel. As much fuel as possible, really. Weapons for sale. Only 3 fuel for sale at all of these places. I don't know what to think about that. If we find ourselves out of fuel, it's going to be a very bad time. We're going to attack the pirates here, because maybe they will give us some fuel. We've got all systems go now. Again, as always, we'll start by going for enemy weapons. And it's possible that the shields will go down. And maybe the timing is not right to sneak a Pike Beam in there, sadly. But now we'll go 1 shields, 1 weapon. And when the enemy shields go down again, we'll just rake the Pike Beam like all across them. Every system here, we can hit all 5. Okay, shields are down. They're gonna give us... They're not giving us any fuel, so sadly I can't really oblige them here. But, you know, I can do that and basically screw them completely over. Let us go for the oxygen next, so that even if they survive this attack, they'll be a little bit hurt, you know, from the inability to breathe, which, as I understand it, can be fatal sometimes. So we get a ton of fuel there. That is awesome. As well as additional scrap, which, of course, is useful for us as well. I'm not sure what we're going to do with it yet, but we have it. So this is an empty beacon. Can now jump to the exit, and we're cooking with gas here to a certain extent. We're not an incredibly strong ship, but we're doing okay. We're going to Sector 5 now. We'll go to Civilian Sector, of course. And hopefully in this Civilian Sector, we don't run into anything too difficult. Except for, you know, free weapons. Anytime you want to give me free weapons, I'm down with that game. For example, how about a free 0 power weapon that fires, I don't know, like 100 lasers at the enemy? It seems balanced to me. Some people might disagree, but, you know. So we're going to go straight for weapons here when shields are down. Probably off after our second barrage of lasers, we will knock some pike beams around here and probably take them out real quickly. We do have a fire, but that's going to get put out by our door system here. Okay, enemy shields are down. That is a good sign for a pike beam to just come through here and basically wreck face, like so. Accept their offer. They're going to give us a crew member. I'll take it. We got another human, Mara. I wonder if that's Mara Wilson, star of child acting productions such as Matilda. Probably not. That would be super weird. Why would she be in the game? So we're at a store. Yeah, we're going to buy as much fuel as we can. Repair arm. Repairs your hull every time you collect scrap, but reduces scrap collected. That seems pretty useful to me. We could also buy some NGs if we wanted to. And we could sell some stuff, but I'm still not sure if we do want to sell stuff. Let us buy a repair arm. And I think if we go this way, we shouldn't hit a dead end. And we might be able to get to Sector 6, which is kind of surprising. It's another store. I did not expect that. We'll continue jumping here. Maybe I did expect that. I can't remember if I saw it on the beacon. They're just going to give us 2 fuel here to escort them to a new area. And of course, it's like where I just was. But we can still make this and get to the end before the rebel fleet gets to us, I think. And they did give us the fuel necessary to get to that beacon, I guess, so that's okay. Hopefully we'll pick up some extra fuel once we're here. Or, yeah, 3 fuel and 50 scrap. I'm okay with that, too. That's an offer that I find, you know, it's amicable, certainly. We could buy another upgrade here if we wanted to, but we don't really want to. Instead, we might just want to buy, you know, enough fuel to make sure that we're going to make it to the next sector. And probably through the next sector, actually, provided we actually get some from combat. And things are going okay. We're going to get to Sector 6 in all likelihood, unless we run into some seriously rough combat. And this is our exit beacon. Usually a good sign when you get to that. Rarely do you get incredible combat here. We're going to sell the rest of our missiles and jump through to the next sector. Which, we're going to go to Civilian Sector, obviously. Not... Oh, is that... Are we only going to Sector 5 now? Maybe we were only on Sector 4 before. I don't remember. Now, one thing's for sure, if we go to the store, we should sell Hull Missile if I haven't sold that already, because we... just continue to sell all of our missiles all of the time. We have been boarded, but it's by puny humans here. So Mara, you just get to the med bay here, and, you know, we'll solve all your problems for you. So burst laser on weapons. Please take it out. Did enough. I'll accept that. Now we are going to... They're still going to continue to suffocate. I don't know if they're going to be able to get any damage done here. Like, substantial damage done, I should say. To our weapons room, so let's just pop open these doors and again continue to suffocate them basically. And we're just gonna keep focusing on their weapons. I want to get shields down so I can use pike beam as well, but if I can keep their weapons low, that's fine by me. These guys don't even know that they're like, your lives are over. Alright. Next time maybe we'll barrage the shields. So we're just gonna put our people back where they belong. And with shields down, now's the time for the pike beam. Okay, so we're going to rake this over the weapons. Excellent. So we did a substantial amount of damage. Teleporter, medbay, weapons are back online to some extent. But I guess that's our new mechanic, our new method, is focus on shields. Augment, shield charge booster, yes. I didn't even look at anything else, really. We'll take it. Also gave us decent scrap there. We're up to 97, which is pretty substantial. We'll use our beam weapon here, free scrap. Yeah, let's do some trucking around here, then go to the store. It's possible we could upgrade our weapon systems enough to get that 4th weapon in here. Anti-ship drone. That might be something that we wanna mess around with. I do have enough drone parts. I should upgrade our reactor so we can use the drone system more often. So, sell. I don't think I need system repair. Let's buy, again, some fuel. Let me think about this for a second before we get into some serious heavy stuff. So anti-ship drone, we need to upgrade our reactor twice. That's 60. Upgrading our weapons will cost 90. How much does this laser cost? Or how much does our laser... Takes 3 power. There was one in the store. This only takes 2 power. It only does 2 shots, though. You know what? We're going to buy this. and hopefully get a chance to use it later. We won't be able to use it now, but should be able to use it later, potentially. I mean, we could use it now. Probably our ideal situation is actually keep burst laser charged instead of pike beam until their enemy shields are actually down. So let's attack the automated ship and give this a try. They should have reasonably similar charge times. Let's get our anti-ship drone going here too, to make sure we can actually do some damage once they get their shields down for the first time. Okay, so all 3 are charged now. Send all 3 on weapons to start. Well, that is a scary sight, I think, for any enemy that we come across. So again, we'll just do 1, 2, 3 on shields again. It's going to be enough to take them completely, almost completely offline, at least. We will go for our drone control unit next, I guess. And that is going to be enough. So we got a scary little barrage here. I enjoy this. Station gives us nothing. How you doing, shields? Not so hot, huh? Well, we're going to try to get her into the med bay as soon as she fixes this. Finally! Seriously, take your time. There we go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Take forever. And we are going to get ready to jump. We could almost go to the exit, but we might as well explore some more beacons while we're here. This turned out to be a surprisingly decent run. It started a little rough, but everything's gotten better since then. So we'll check out this beacon down here. We still don't have enough to take down the flagship. Like, don't get me wrong on that one. Like, we're still screwed by that metric. But the potential is there. We're going to sell our anti-personnel drone here. Where is that? Stephen Dangler. My favorite name for a Mantis. Stephen Dangler. I have to feel it like the people making the game just knew somebody. They're like, oh man, that is a total Dangler move. You know what? We should put Dangler in the game. Yeah, fuck that guy. I don't know. Maybe he's a friend of the developers, actually. Maybe he's their version of Jeff Osborne, for me. For those of you who listen to the Saving Progress podcast, that should be familiar to you. Anyway, we're going to jump into the next sector. Sector 7. Let's go NG-controlled sector. I've got a couple NGs. Well, I got one NG on our ship. So I feel like, you know, we got something in common here. I don't really want to go to the store right off the bat, but if I have to, I have to. So let's be honest here. I should sell this hull laser, because I'm never going to get to use it. Everything else can stay. We don't really need to buy anything. I'm just going to buy a couple fuel to make sure that we're... do I not already have a shield charge booster? But I just bought a couple of fuel to make sure that we had enough to kind of carry us through. Because once we get to the next sector, we get 10 fuel immediately. We're going to aid the civilian ship here, of course, because we should be stronger than whatever enemies we come across. Oh my god, I forgot to repair our fucking door system. I'm a silly boy. Anyway, we'll try to suffocate them all the same. We're going to go shields first, then weapons, so I can get Pike Beam out as soon as possible. Man, they are angry. Everyone hide in the shields room. We're just going to try to take out the enemies from the inside out. Again, dropping some lasers on the weapons, or on the shields here, I should say. Now we can go Pike Beam. Bombs are landing. This is not going well for us right now. Now get weapons offline. Essential. Okay, they've taken their crew members off. We need NG in here to repair the door system desperately. And we'll get Pilot to do it as well. Okay, we've taken them out. Get in here. Get the door system repaired. If we have to do some swaps, that's acceptable. Oh, they're patching up our hull. That's actually really useful. Get in the med bay, NG. Alright, we got enough to at least close the doors so we can stop the outflow of oxygen. Just get the door. There we go. We got it fixed. I'm surprised. And a little bit proud, I gotta say. We got a good crew. We got a good head on our shoulders here. That fight did not go superbly. I don't need to tell you that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could probably figure that out for yourself. We have a fire in our engines room. What's up with that? We should really fix our sensors. Send you in here to fix that. We'll fix the sensors down here so we can tell where this fire is raging. Fire's still going. Surprised me. There we go. Close that up. Send 2 bros down here to the engine room. Shields, you get back on the shields. That's kind of your namesake. And there we go. Engines are fixed. Who's this guy? Pilot. Oh, you get back to the pilot room. Mara. Trying to usurp the pilot. But it's all good. Now we can jump. And we're still good. Alright, Sector 7. This, is, again, has turned out to be a surprisingly good run. As much as I like the, 20-minute runs for convenience, the hour-long runs I think are more entertaining. So they've hacked our engines. That doesn't really bother me that much, honestly. We will get our anti-ship drone going here, because we might as well, we can afford it. They have 2 defense drones. I'm not sure how I feel about that, to be honest with you. We're just going to focus on their shields. We did manage to take out a little bit. And again, we'll try to get some bars of shields down here, and then we'll get Pike Beam to just rake them. Alright, we can probably afford to charge up Pike Beam now. It takes a little bit longer, so, it's good to get that done well in advance. Again, we'll go shields. Did 1 damage to shields, blows my fucking mind every time that happens. Like 4 lasers miss. How is that possible? Let's go on weapons this time, because they're kind of destroying us here. There we go. Now we can go back to shields. And we're going to go back to Burst Laser 1, too. Because I am frustrated by our seeming inability to get anything done here. But we are doing a lot of hull damage to them, which is, eventually going to give us the win here. Again, we'll go weapons. Because apparently I'm constitutionally incapable of taking their shields down, but there we go. 30 scrap. Not a bad haul for a reasonably easy set of combat like that. Asteroid field could be a total pain in the ass. 4 bars of shields and a teleporter, so we are definitely going to get our anti-ship drone going. Everyone hide in the med bay as we prepare to suffocate these assholes, basically. And again, straight for shields. This time, again, it might be a great idea to go for weapons, in theory. However, it's important for us to get their shields down, because when their shields go down, then we do not have to worry so much, because they are going to take a ton of damage just from random asteroids. So again, we're taking a lot of damage here. They've offered to surrender. Smart idea. We're going to take it, because we're taking some hull damage ourselves here. So everyone get in the med bay, heal up a little bit. Then we're going to close all doors, of course. And start doing the repairs that are necessary. So now you guys go out in repair shifts here. We're going to fix the sensor room. You can go start to figure out what's going on with this fire in here. Yeah, there's a lot of it, huh? I was afraid of that. You guys go to the med bay now, because you are a little bit hurt as well. Now, we can possibly buy our next level of weapons, which would be ideal so we could have all 4 weapons online at the same time. We don't have 4 bars of shields yet, which is, possibly a death sentence, but we'll see. Mara, you just head back to the med bay. You're fine in there for now. Sadly, we cannot upgrade our ship because we are in the middle of this damn asteroid field, which makes it a pain in the ass, as usual. I was doing my post-FTL stretch, but I hope that's not, a death knell or something. I hope that's not a warning about what's going to happen. You get an ion bomb. Cool. We do get our last level of weapons here, so we can keep everything online, including our drones. Let us go to the store. We're going to sell our ion bomb. Actually, it might be a really good idea to use that ion bomb. Let me think about this for a second. So we have ion bomb, self-teleporting explosive that uses ion damage to disable own systems. Or, sorry, to disable systems. Yes. We're going to get rid of Pike Beam and use ion bomb. Might sound crazy, and now we've just wasted, like, our... That requires missiles? It's okay, we can buy missiles. Yeah, that was scary, though. Alright, alright. Ion damage is important. I don't feel bad about that situation. I would like to buy some more missiles, of course. Because I have been focusing on, everything but missiles up to this point. But the ion bomb is going to be really useful. 4 ion damage is awesome. No, we're not going to sell any missiles. Because it's going to allow us to take down the enemy ships. The shields from the inside out, basically. So we're going to buy more missiles here. And we're going to jump to exits. And continue jumping here. Last stand. So we did make it to Sector 8. Surprising to me. Not just you, I promise. So we get 10 extra fuel here. We can power up our engines 1 more, because we do have enough power now that we're using our anti-ship drone. Where's the flagship? We're going to try to go this way, I think. We'll start with the store. We have nothing really to sell. And nothing to buy, sadly. I would love to buy that defense drone. But we can't really right now, so we're going to make our way to the flagship. I think we might stand a chance against the first level of the flagship, but it all depends on how this early fighting goes. We'll definitely get our anti-ship drone going here because we can afford it. We have a ton of drone parts. And we're going to fire all 3 lasers at weapons as soon as possible. So they are going to do a pretty substantial number on our shields here. Yeah, our shields are totally down. That is, you know, I don't need to tell you, that's less than ideal. Let's drop an ion weapon on their weapons. Nope, our weapons have been taken offline. Awesome. Please come back online. I have so many missiles I want to fire, or so many weapons I want to fire at you. Good. Okay, we did a lot of damage there. Power up the ion bomb again. We have no shields. My favorite, because of their ion weapons, we have no shields. We've taken them out. Okay, no problems. 52 scrap. That's pretty decent. How we doing here? We'll wait for our shields to come back, because otherwise we're just going to get filleted as soon as we go into the next combat. Still going strong here. That was not a good fight, though. It's good in the sense that we're still alive, but nothing else went that good. So we're going to go... Nothing else went that well, I should say. We're going to go to our repair station here. They give us fuel, missile, and drone parts. Awesome. And by coming here... we should be encountering the Rebel Flagship, at least phase 1. No? By coming here, we should be encountering the Rebel Flagship. Okay. Cut it a little close there. But we gotta do what we gotta do. Okay, so they're gonna cloak right off the bat. We're gonna remember, Ion Bomb has to land. Absolutely has to land on their shields as well. This is why Weapon Pre-Igniter would be so fucking useful right now. Or our own cloaking system as well. Okay, so Ion Bomb's gonna go there. We're gonna drop 1 on shields. Sorry, 1 on cloaking, and then 2, 3 on shields. Now, we got some damage done to us already. Did everything miss? Well, we have taken out their shields to a certain extent. That's awesome, actually. So now, 1, 2, and soon to be 3 on shields. Oh my fucking god. The most fortuitous timing you could possibly imagine. Yeah, here come the 35,000 missiles. Okay, Ion Bomb on shields. We're gonna do 1 and 2 on shields, and soon 3 as well, but we don't want to fire that, you know, prematurely. Angie needs to get in here and fix the oxygen for sure. Here comes the shields. Did it hit? It missed? Didn't even know that was possible. I think we're done. We get our anti-ship drone going here. We're really getting kind of fucked, though. Angie, get in here. You gotta help fight the fire, man. Mara, there's no reason for you to be in here when your systems don't even work. No offense. Okay, so we're gonna quickly do 1, 2, and 3 all on these shields here. Oh my god. Just nothing going. Sadly, there we lost Mara. Or did we lose? Yeah, we lost Mara. I'm disheartened. They've already won the first phase of the war. They've gotten my morale down. It's still a theoretical possibility. Get in here and fix the shields. Oh, there's engines. Sorry, there's ion damage on it. God damn it. Okay, open this up. You can do it. We might not be able to do it, actually. I want to believe as much as the next guy. I think we might be fucked, though. Yeah, that fire's not going to help, that's for sure. Hull's critical. This is going to be the end right here. Set all weapons to fire on them anyway, but we're probably going to burn to death from the inside out. We almost got the first phase of the hull done. First phase of the flagship done anyway, but in any case, that was a good run. Surprisingly, like, it turned out better than I expected, and in our high score screen, that is going to be our 4th best ever, which is not too bad. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.